All right, people, we need to talk about something deeply important today. Not climate change, not geopolitics, but the burning question that's keeping us all up at night. Do cats actually apologize? Look, as a cat owner myself, I've spent countless hours staring into those judgy little eyes after they've knocked my fourth coffee mug off the counter this week. And I'm thinking, are you sorry? Are you even capable of sorry? Here's the thing. Cats aren't wired like us, or even like dogs. Dogs will give you the whole sad eyes, droopy ears routine when they mess up. They'll practically write you a handwritten letter expressing their deepest regrets for eating your couch. But cats? Cats operate on a completely different moral plane. Let's talk science. I did some digging, and it turns out there's actual research on this. A 2019 study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that cats can distinguish their names from other similar-sounding words. They just choose to ignore you sometimes. That's not rudeness, that's power. Another study from 2020 in the journal Behavioral Processes showed that cats form secure attachments to their human caregivers, similar to dogs and even human infants. When your cat comes back to you after destroying your property, it's not necessarily an apology. Science suggests they're maintaining that attachment because they actually need you emotionally. Even more fascinating, researchers at Oregon State University found that cats actually prefer human interaction over food, toys, and even catnip. So when they're being sweet after being jerks, they might genuinely be trying to reconnect with you, just not in the apologetic way we expect. The cat flowchart of guilt. When your cat does something wrong, there's this whole internal process happening that we completely misunderstand. It's not,
I did a bad thing. I feel bad. I should really apologize.
It's more like,
I'm just doing what feels natural to me. Oh, the human looks upset about it. Time to assess. Does the human still provide value? If yes, continue the relationship. If no, find a new human.
It's a cost-benefit analysis running in their tiny furry heads at all times. The cat apology decoded. When your cat destroys your favorite plant, they're not sitting there contemplating the ethical implications of their actions. They're just being cats. And yet, sometimes they do these things that feel like apologies. Let's break down the so-called cat apology behaviors. First, we have the slow blink. Scientists actually call this the cat kiss. When your cat looks at you, slowly closes their eyes and reopens them. That's not them apologizing. That's them saying, I trust you enough to close my eyes around you, which is the highest compliment I can give because I'm a tiny predator in a world of giants. Then there's the head butting or bunting. Your cat rubs their head against you after shredding your toilet paper collection. Is that remorse? No, that's them marking you with their scent glands. They're literally saying, you're mine, not I'm sorry. The purring and kneading combo, that's your cat self-soothing. They're giving themselves a stress ball massage because they know you're upset and your emotions are harshing their vibe. And let's talk about the gift giving. When your cat brings you a dead mouse after they've been a jerk, that's not an apology gift. That's them saying, I notice you're terrible at hunting, so here's a tutorial. The audacity, the historical perspective. Did you know that ancient Egyptians literally worshipped cats? They had a cat goddess named Bastet. They would mummify cats. When a family cat died, the entire household would go into mourning and shave their eyebrows as a sign of grief. And what did cats do to deserve this treatment? Nothing. They just showed up, killed some mice, and said, this is mine now. Has anything changed in the last 4,000 years? No. Cats still have us wrapped around their little paws. We're still worshipping them. The only difference is now we post their pictures on Instagram instead of painting them on pyramid walls. The emotional intelligence bombshell. But here's where it gets interesting. A study published in Animal Cognition in 2022 found that cats can actually recognize human emotional states from both facial expressions and tone of voice. They literally know when you're upset. They just process it differently than we do. So when your cat jumps on your lap right after they've committed a crime against your property, they're not apologizing. They're comforting you. It's less, "I'm sorry," and more, they're human. Your emotional instability is concerning me." The most mind-blowing part? We've spent thousands of years domesticating dogs to understand us, but cats basically domesticated themselves. Archaeological evidence suggests cats moved into human settlements around 10,000 years ago because it was convenient. They've been running the show ever since. The social media experiment. I asked my followers to send me examples of their cats apologizing, and the responses were fascinating. Sarah from Michigan said her cat knocked over a vase, then immediately brought her a hair tie. Not as a gift, the cat just wanted to play fetch. Mark from California said his cat peed on his laptop, then sat on his lap purring for an hour. Was that an apology? No. The cat was just cold, and you were available body heat. Jamal from New York said his cat clawed his new couch, then immediately rolled over showing its belly. That's not submission or an apology. That's a trap. Ask any veterinarian. The belly display is often a setup for a five-clawed attack. The hard truth. So next time your cat does something that feels like an apology, remember, they're not sorry. They're just maintaining the relationship that keeps the food coming and the warm lap available. It's not personal, it's survival. And honestly, isn't there something refreshing about that? In a world where everyone's constantly apologizing for everything on Twitter, for something they said in 2012, cats are out here living their truth. No regrets, no apologies, just pure, authentic catness. So the next time your cat knocks over your water glass while maintaining direct eye contact, don't expect an apology. Instead, appreciate them for what they are. Tiny, furry sociopaths who somehow make our lives infinitely better. And that's the truth, people. That's the truth.